Hello, everybody! Dadgummit! And welcome to the diaries. Yeah, that's right. Today is the 23rd of October, which means that the odds that this particular episode will wind up out before Halloween are pretty slim because of the way they come out. Now, the last episode, see, this is what I do. I film a bunch of stuff, then I edit it, and then I post it, and then I watch it. See, what I've discovered over the last couple of episodes, what I need to do is film the stuff, edit it, and then watch it, and then re-edit it, and then watch it, and re-edit it until it's not long and stupid, and then post it. But that requires a lot of watch and edit, watch. And a lot of the times I just put stuff out, as I get them done. But I think I'm going to try to be a little bit more particular, because the last episode, I watched it and I was thinking, man, that's an awful lot of you just talking on the camera. Now, I admit that I do talk most of the time on these things because it's Darkslade Diaries. I'm Darkslade, so you're going to hear it. But I gotta find something better to point at than just my face. My face is getting old. They say that old age creeps up on you. I'm gonna tell you something. Old age did not creep up. Old age jumped on the back and blindsided slapped the crap out of me. And now I'm this. But a lot of you have never seen me prior to this, except if you watched the one episode when we went to the Movie Landmarks Museum, but because that video is like 30 years old. Otherwise, you see this, and you say, oh, that's Darkslade, the old guy who talks to the camera. Well, the old guy who talks to the camera is going to have to spend a little bit more time in the editing process. Now, does that mean that these are going to come out even later than they normally do? Probably not. No, probably not. Because the editing process is actually what takes the most time. And if I edit it the first time, when I watch it and have to re-edit things, I'm not going to obviously start over from scratch. So it might be a day or two later, who knows. It's not like these come out on a schedule. That's for darn sure. Anyway, so what's coming up? Well, I'm not going to say in this episode we're going to be doing this, that, and the other thing, because the last few times I said we were going to do something, we didn't do it. And that's partly because when I film the openings, generally, I film them first. Now, on some of the ones where I said, we're going to do this and this and this in this order, and we actually did it, that's because I filmed the opening after I was done. Because I forgot to film it in the beginning. But I don't like to do things from the side to the back. So, this episode, I can tell you a couple of things. First of all, we have a music video shoot. I'm not going to be filming it behind the scenes, but I'm going to be filming as we shoot, so maybe I'll throw some of that on there, who knows. Secondly, obviously I haven't worked on the Adventureland porch because I have a display out there for Halloween. So as soon as that comes down, I might get a chance to get out there and finish taking care of that one broken, well, it's not broken, but the one fountain that I had to replace the basin on. If I do that, I will put some video on of it running, so you can actually see it. Wouldn't that be special? Some other things that are going on. Well, as you know, there's a film we're supposed to be doing that we're not finished, and we still haven't finished, and Lord knows if we're ever going to finish it. So I don't know if that's going to wind up on here or not. And let's see, we're coming up into November and December, my favorite times of the year. So maybe there'll be some things that we can get out and do. I know there's not a lot of getting out these days because of the COVID issue and everything, but maybe we'll find a way to do it. So the next couple of episodes, I'm going to try to make it a little bit more entertaining, do some more stuff, and not just be yammering at you like I'm doing right now. So, without any further ado, let's get going! I was looking through my files on this camera, and I found God, it must be like 60, 65 blurry photos. And I haven't been able to figure out where the heck are these blurry photos coming from. Do I have a specter in my home? Well, it wouldn't surprise me. It certainly is designed for one. Is my camera freaking out? What it is? And I finally figured out what it was. When I turn off the camera, you know, I have to turn the viewfinder around to close it, right? Well, apparently when I turn the viewfinder around, the image flips over, and in this corner over here, which is where I flip, in this corner over here is the button to take a still photo. And what happens when I turn it over, the image flips and it gets under my finger as I'm closing the door. And it takes a picture, just a blurry picture. So, and I just figured that out today because when I closed it, I actually heard it. I heard it go beep. It beeps so quietly you can barely hear it. And remember, this is the new camera, so it hasn't been in operation all that long to have quite so many blurry single photographs, but that's what was causing it. Alright, here we go. Today is October 29th, which means it's just 2 days from Thanksgiving. Halloween. Well, I blew that. Halloween. I could start now. Halloween. Thanks, Halloween. Thanks for Halloween. And I have a few things I need to do here. As you know, my interior of my home has become a homage to the Haunted Mansion, but I want to do a couple of things to kind of spiff it up a little bit more for Halloween. Alright, this is Millie. Millie is a doll. It's a life size, about the size of a 4-year-old. About a 3-year-old. And I've had her out in front to kind of show that, you know, we're going to do Halloween here. But Halloween is tomorrow, and I'm setting up things in old Darkslade Manor for it. I got to run down to Home Depot and possibly Hobby Lobby to get a couple of things. But what I want to do is, see, let me see if I can find the switch here. Where is it? I actually got her at Home Depot, and I can't find the switch. Where's the switch? Oh, found the switch. I clicked it the wrong direction.
Why do you seem so scared? All I wanted to do was play with you.
Now,
I don't want to play alone.
Right.
Please come and play with me. I'm so lonely.
Quiet. I know. Sorry. Now, that's kind of creepy. But what I want to do is I want to add a little creepiness to it. So let me show you what my plan is here. Alright, here's her back. Now, there's cobwebs on her, which is making it a little bit more complicated because I did that while I was out front. But let me show you here. This opens. There's the battery box right there. And you see there is a motor here and a gearbox that rotates the head back and forth. So what I want to do is I want to put a push pin. This is just plastic. I want to put a push pin back here and attach a line to it. Put it down the sides of the shirt so they connect to the wrists on the front of the doll. So when she moves her head, it will pull on those and maybe the arms will move a bit. Now this is just a really quick idea. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Not a big deal. I just want to try it and see if I can't make her a little creepier. So here we go. Alright, I got the push pin in there. And it's right there. Let me move over here a little better. And the cobwebs. There we go. There you can see it there. Now, I have a problem, and that is it went in pretty easy, which means it'll probably come out, or it won't come out pretty easy. Alright, so I've got the line I'm going to use right over there. I got to put it through here and attach it in the middle. Is that supposed? Oh, that's supposed to be. And attach it to that push pin. Let's see how it works out. Let me tell you something about Gorilla Glue, Super Glue. Gorilla Super Glue is really good. Okay, it's really good. Except there's two types here of super glue. There's the regular, and then there's the gel. Let me tell you something about the gel. It isn't. It's just as thin and watery as the other stuff is. And I tried to use it on something. I needed a real precise amount in a precise spot. And I figured, well, I'll use the gel because it's thicker and it'll hit the in everywhere. So, yeah. Ignore that that whole gel thing. Alright, that's in there pretty good. Let's give it another go. I'm going to have to make a mental note where the switch is. There it is.
Why do you seem so scared? All I wanted to do was play with you.
That's moving a little better.
Play alone. Please come and play
Okay.
with me. I'm so lonely. You're not afraid of the dark, are you? Don't be afraid.
She moves this arm more than she moves that arm.
I will show you where I play hide and seek.
She will show us where she
Do
plays
you
hide
want
and
to play
seek.
hide and seek?
I don't want to play hide
You
and seek.
hide, and I'll find you.
You weren't listening. I
I'm
said
begging
no.
you. Can you help me?
I wish I could.
I'm alone and scared.
Can you help me find
I
the
lost
damn
my
switch?
mommy. La, 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 la.
Found it. I stood on the scale today. I stood on the scale. I stepped on the snail. I'm just not gonna be able to say it. I stood on the scale today, and my eyeball just about burst out of my face because I had lost weight over the course of a couple of weeks. I've been losing weight. And I went in there today and I looked and it said, "Oh, remember that weight you lost? Well, here it is right back at you." So I can't be having candy and that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, today at lunch I wept through my lunch because it was, it was tiny and I turned around to leave the bathroom where the scale is located, and in my face I looked into the mirror for a second. I went, "Oh my God, what did you do to your beard? It looks like something detonated in there." So I went and I trimmed the daylights out of this and put a little beard cream on there, so it looks nicer. It looks nicer. I'm not in the mood to pronounce things correctly today, apparently. So yeah. So let's move along. Oh, you just saw a little while ago. You saw some behind the scenes from the film shoot for our song. We did a cover tune. We did an Alice in Chains song. And as much as I loved it, I thought it was great. A lot of people think it's pretty cool. It does not appear to be the kind of music that people expect out of us because it didn't get a whole heck of a lot of a response. And again, that wasn't anything we were doing for any particular reason except for Halloween. So it's not like that's, the route we're going. But I was thinking it might be an interesting way to kind of move things along, but I don't know, maybe we'll go back to the style we've been doing all this time. In any case, let's move on to things, shall we? Alright, Millie's ready. She's right over here. And as you can see, I still have this glass case here. Now, good news and bad news. The good news is I found somebody who actually wants it and who will use it for its intended purpose, which is to display things. These lives right upstairs over here. So that's cool. The bad news is you can't take it yet. So I'm still stuck with this thing in the corner. So I'm going to utilize it as best I can for our Halloween display. Yeah. And just a reminder, I can still do that.
I will show you where I play hide and seek. Do you want to play hide and seek? You hide, and I'll find you. I'm begging you. Can you help me? I'm alone and scared. I lost my mommy. La, 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 la.
It is October 31st, which, as we all know, is the day prior to All Hallows Day, or Halloween. I've got to run and do some errands. Actually, I have to pick up a few things so I can finish my interior here, aside from having to clean up my interior. And that is, I need to pick up some wires so I can extend the switch from the gargoyle over. I need to pick up some AA batteries for the lighting. Hopefully I can pick up 2 more of those lights because I have an idea what I want to do with that. I have to do some finagling in here. And I had to get that mess. I can't. Oh, and I need to get some kind of covering for where the TV is and everything. I just want to cover it up. I'm going to put the big green screen up over on this side where the music room is and close that off. So when people come in, they'll just be the front room. So that's what I need to do. I need to do, and that's what I got to do, and I need to, yeah. So I have my hat on. My hair is not brushed, which is why I have my hat on. So we are going to, or I am going to go and get that stuff, and I'll be back shortly.
Kindly step all the way in, please, and make room for everybody. There's no turning back now. Our tour begins here in this gallery, where you see paintings of some of our guests as they appeared in their corruptible, mortal state. Your cadaverous pallor betrays an aura of foreboding, almost as though you sense a disquieting metamorphosis. Is this haunted room actually stretching? Or is it your imagination? See you all a little later.
It's safe, more or less. What do we got? A clown, a Joker, and a kid with a black nose.
No, Scooby.
Scooby?
Yep.
Can you do Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo!
I thought that was a real book.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty tricky that way. Take 2.
2?
Take 2. Take another one. Sure, why not? Awesome. You guys be safe now.
I'm far away.
Don't worry, it's relatively safe. And you are from, let's see, your name is Ava? And you are Pink Ladies. That would be, hang on, don't tell me. It's not Happy Days. This is Grease? Grease.
Yes.
Alright.
He gets no extra credit for having to guess.
You get an extra cookie for originality, or red vines, or whatever you want.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Have a great night.
Good night. Thank you for coming. Be careful out there. Oh my gosh, she was adorable.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to my home.
Get your
You
candy.
are from Scream, right?
Yeah.
And you are Scream's mom.
I'm Scream's mom.
How do you like my face? Is it neat?
Scream's
Can
mom.
you see it? Well, I have a book here.
Oh, why don't you pick one?
Go ahead and take 2.
Take 2. Take 2. There you go. What do you say?
You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy
welcome.
Halloween.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks. What do you
Come on in. Nothing to be afraid of. Yeah.
This is cool.
There you are.
This isn't even set up for Halloween. It's just the way I live.
I forgot to mention.
All right, gang, you ready?
Of hitchhiking ghosts.
I remember last year you had a really cool one.
I try to do a cool one every year.
They have selected
Years ago,
to fill
This
before there
is
was
creepy. This is the only thing I'm scared of.
what?
That right there. That doll.
to raise the safety bar.
Sure.
The ghosts
Yeah.
will follow you
Come on,
home.
wake up, wake up, wake up. Oh, you're not gonna wake up. Even creepier now, isn't it? I'm actually kind of surprised. Check this out. Oh, I'm actually kind of surprised how many we've gotten this year. Today is November the 5th, and we are going to end this episode right here. Because it's November the 5th. We got another episode to fill in from where November the 5th, ends. This episode. And I said episode earlier, and I meant it, and there's nothing you can do about it. Next episode will have some Novembereth type stuff in it. Now that Halloween is over, we go to, oh, thank goodness, Thanksgiving and Christmas time. So we will have some things going on, and hopefully I'll get the spaces a little closer together. Of course, I've been saying that for 4 years now. Who knows? Maybe I'll do it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button and all that kind of fun button pushing stuff. Subscribe, become a member. I don't charge anything. Obviously, if I charged for this, you'd be getting rooked big time. But no, this is one of those channels that does not have a little square appear in the corner that says add in 5, 4, 3 and all that kind of crapola. Okay, so anyway, next episode. I'm working on a new miniature project. I might throw some of that in there. And some other stuff. Hopefully get out on the Adventureland porch because after Halloween, just before Halloween actually, we had a bit of a blow through there and things are kind of damaged, so we need to set stuff back up. And there's still a little bit more to do on the Haunted Mansion aspects. And we have a new music video shoot coming up and all kinds of exciting stuff. So that'll be happening next time. In the meantime, you guys have yourselves a great week or more. End of line.